Hey, good morning, everybody. Who's Islander, Sarah Llewellyn, Dave Brayman. What is going on? We are on a little bit early. I've got a new webcam. I'm hoping that you guys are noticing that it's much clearer, way better quality. And watch this. It follows me around. So I can show things to you over here and whatnot. Super stoked about it, actually. Really happy about it. It's super cool. Yeah. So what do you guys want to talk about? You guys that are here early, got any questions, anything like that? We will get the official start up here at 7:30, as we always do. So, yeah, love you guys. It's a beautiful day finally in Western Colorado. Man, we had some horrific weather on the way home from the race in New Mexico. Dude, it was gnarly. Kinberg, yeah, dude, I'm stoked. I think it looks good. 5280 James, what's going on? Rich Pierce, what is up? Yeah, I'm super stoked with the camera. I think it's pretty cool. It's actually from Insta360. They did not give me this one. I had to purchase this, and I think it worked out really good. James Burr, Robbie Childs, what's happening, man? You in a combine yet, man? I know you will be soon. Watching this from the comfort of a combine. Yeah, I'm loving this camera. Super rad. Stephen Becky Peterson, can you do your night rides at night, dude? What brand of lift do I use? Jeff Mayer. Oh, these? They are direct lift. I have 4 of them, and they're all awesome. I've got my oldest one is definitely showing signs of wear and stuff like that. But yeah. So Chris Kinberg mentions. I'll just jump right into that real fast. So Mark Odette. I want Mark to join us here because he's. Oh, Mark. Anyway, I love Mark to death. He's actually the reason that this whole YouTube channel got big and everything because he's the one who spurred me on. Yeah, anyway. So, yeah, he's been calling me out because my Thursday night rides are not at night. I'm like, well, what do you want me to call them? Thursday early evening rides? That just doesn't sound good. And the Thursday night ride thing has been going in this town since long before I ever came to this town. I mean, way before me. This entire town rides on Thursday nights. And yeah, we call it night because it's after work and it's before the morning. So it's night. And sometimes we do go into the evening, but yeah, Mark is like calling me out. Now he's started his own night ride. And I think he said it's actually at night, not just during the day after work. So I called him out because the last time Mark was here for a Thursday night ride, we actually did go into the evening, and he whimpered like a little baby girl because the hills were too steep on his XR650. I was on my 650, and we had to turn around and go a different way because he couldn't do it. Zach Farkash was going down. Robbie Childs planning only 5 weeks away. Right on. Mojave Mike coming in from Sin City. What's happening, man? Jeff Mayer, what's going down? Yeah, so the direct lift been very good. They've gotten very expensive. I was paying like $800 for them, and now they're way over $1,000. But they're awesome, and I've been here 18. Is it 18 years? I think it's 18 years. Oh, there we go. This year, and yeah, they're burly. So anyway, all right, guys, it's time to start this thing for real. So here we go. Welcome to the Gospel of Two Wheels, where the bikes are fast, the coffee's hot, and your comments are absolutely and thankfully ridiculous. It's awesome to be here, guys. We got a new camera. Tell me what you think about the picture quality. I hope you guys like it. Roger Hurd, the headlight project has not moved forward. I need a fabricator because I got to send the light cage I have back to Travis because anyway, as a spare and whatever. So yeah, I gotta figure it out. Yes, Zach Farkash, I can't wait to see. He says he's gotta head out for work. Also getting ready to head in my direction in less than 24 hours. So super stoked to see you, Zach. Chris Kimberg, yes, he must have forgotten his Vienna sausages and started crying about it. He's also the guy who came up with the idea of riding the XR650s on 5 Miles of Hell, and then he didn't show up when we did it. So, I mean, I don't know. I showed up. I did it. I struggled my way through it. Anyway, it is so good to see you guys. It's good to be here. Yeah, you guys are rad. We talk about anything and everything. No major deal going on here. No thing. We did have an awesome race. Actually, I take that back. I have to give a massive shout out to my kid Thomas Spradling, who raced his first B race officially. Well, he raced a B race last year, but his first B race actually in the class, going for points. And now he's probably moving up to the A class because he and a buddy ran away and hid from every other B, and they ended up 19th and 20th overall in the race, which is pretty ridiculous. And Thomas would have won the Open A class. He in the overall results, he was ahead of the top Open A kid. So he's probably going to move up and race the A class the rest of the season because, yeah. I mean, he doesn't have to. I'm not making him, but he's actually talking about doing it. So I hope he does because he'll just get faster if he does. And obviously he's there to compete. So, Bud Woodruff, quick question. How much difference is there between richer and leaner slides? That is a really good question. I don't know the scientific answer, like of the angle, whatever. But I can tell you that it makes a big difference. I had back reverse way back to 2006. I was working for Fritz Cadillac in Gunnison Motorsports, and Fritz is a 9-time 6 days guy, 6 gold medals, top American. Anyway, famous, bad to the bone dude. And when I got a new YZ 250, I was jetting it. He grabbed the slide from me, grabbed a rat tail file, and like, and said, "Here, put that back in." I'm like, oh my, what have you done to my? Anyway, the bike ran perfectly. It was great. So it's about that much difference. But sorry, I know that's kind of a joke. But it's enough of a difference that it does make a difference in the way the bike runs. But I can't tell you the exact thing. So, John Capto, thank you so. Congrats on all the accomplishments. Thank you so much. Would you have rather run Loretta in Las Vegas? No, 5280 James. I'm happy I rode the beta. I think I could have done something better with the suspension clickers. I had them backed way out for hard enduro, and that was good going up the hills. It was a little too squishy, I think. I don't know. I'm actually going to do some serious testing on that. Come up here very, very soon because I need to know. Yeah, I just need to know what I'm doing. Like, it works really good in the really rocky stuff the way I had it. It's like the really slow rocky stuff, but I think it wasn't I don't think it was holding up well enough when I was trying to go fast, especially downhill. So, Bruce Kennedy, what's happening? Chris Kimber, yeah, if he rides with better riders, he'll become better. Yeah, absolutely. He's riding with those guys anyway. He's chasing them from the B line. But the other thing is, if he's on the A line, he'll have less to deal with as far as traffic. So he'll be better off that way too. So Mike Barnato, sad we didn't see you in Las Vegas. Also sad about the DNF, but good job even showing up to the Grinding Stone. That thing looks terrifying. Yeah, absolutely sketchy. Bruce Kennedy, it's good to see you. Taylor Franklin, is there any changes coming to the 25XC? I don't know. I definitely haven't really been paying attention. I don't think so because KTM's usually on like kind of a 3-year cycle, and 25 will be the last year of this chassis, this motor, this everything. I doubt there's going to be any big changes. There might be some, but nothing huge. I'm sure they'll change valving in the suspension. Obviously, bold new graphics, maybe a little thing. I don't know, but I doubt there's anything big. I think it'll come in 26. So, Jared Sahagian, I really wish I could remember how to pronounce your last name, Jared. You told me once, and I've completely forgotten it, but it is great to see you from Gunnison. Zach Farkash, thanks a lot. I felt like I had some good lines in that last race, too. I didn't ride all that fast. I rode very well, I thought. I had a couple tip overs there. One unforced error, and then a couple because I was dealing with people. So, yeah. Anyway, which is also my fault. I'm not blaming those other people. I was the one riding the motorcycle. So, but yeah. Bruce Kennedy, 8 days to our wedding, so that's what we're doing out here. Awesome, dude. Congratulations. Super stoked for you. Super, super, super stoked. Guys, if you're watching and you're having fun, make sure you back out of the chat, hit the thumbs up, and come back in. It does make a big difference to the algorithm and to our channel. Also, actually, quick, huge news for the channel. I just got picked up by knowitalls.com. It's a new platform that's coming out, and it's going to be a place where people can actually schedule a face-to-face time with me to ask questions and learn stuff. I can do it here in the shop, and like we can like go back and forth and talk about the problems they're having with their bike or whatever. It's going to be $25 for 10 minutes with me. I know, charging money, whatever. But honestly, it's gotten so crazy with the number of people calling me during the day, asking me questions and emailing and all that stuff. I really have to narrow the funnel, guys. It's I can't do it. It's unsustainable at the way it is right now. So I'm really excited because I'm like one of the first people. One of the founders of the company is a big moto guy, and he watches my stuff. So super stoked. Yeah, I think it's really, really cool. There's my mom, Suzanne Spradling. Everybody say hi to my mom or she will punch you in the face. There's Mark Odette. What's happening, man? You going to come out for another night ride and cry on your 650 because the hills are too steep? Yeah, come on out, Mark. And the reason I don't come over to your riding area is I hate the front range. One of these days I will go over there because I'll have to go for some other reason, and I'll bring a bike. But I literally cannot stand that side of the mountains. I get hives and like anxiety when I go over the hill. So that's why I don't go over there. Sorry. I like cannot stand it over there. So I stay on the western side of the state unless I got to run through. That was dust. Mark, hey, dude, I'll ride into the, you know what happens way into the night is the Death March. I've never seen you there either. So let me know. Craig Villacourt. I love that last name, Craig. What's your thoughts on Sherco? Are those bikes worth buying? Yes, they are worth buying. They are good motorcycles. They are harder to get parts for than even the Beta. The Beta is getting really, really good. And now, actually, the new Beta website is actually super rad. Doug Tunler, that's awesome. The new Beta website's rad. You can just like go click, drop ship right to your house, and you can credit any dealer. So like I can choose True North Motos, for instance, where I bought my motorcycle. I can credit them with the sale, and they'll get a little cut. It's awesome. So yes, Jimmy Neihart. It's good to see you, Jimmy Neihart. I haven't seen you on here much recently. I know you've probably just been busy being awesome. West Coast sucks. Fight me. I'm bringing it, dude. You love it out here. You come out. Seth Salisbury, what's happening, man? How's that suspension, man? Have you ridden it? Gotten out? Let me know. So, yeah, anyway, Sherco, good bikes. Kind of hard to get parts for. And you can get the parts, whatever you need, but you got to order them. And aftermarket support is not quite as big yet. It's coming, though. It's coming. It's only going to get better. I really do believe that. And I believe the bikes are good. I just like KTMs and I like Betas better. Yamahas. I like pretty much everything better. I do like the fact they have a, electric start, but they don't have a Kickstarter like the Beta. They have a carburetor, which is nice. I don't know. And they're weird to work on as far as the 4-strokes. If you have to buy a 4-stroke, in fact, buddy Daniel Paul, anyway, who is on our support race team, he showed up to the race with a brand new 350 KTM because his Sherco fell off of his truck. Long story, strap broke, big deal, caught on fire. Anyway, the whole deal. And then when he went to go buy a new bike, he went to KTM. So there's that. And they gave him a whole bunch of money for insurance. So yeah. Let's see. How can I fix my 250, my 23 350 SX from stalling at low RPM? Jeff Mayer. Flywheel weight, clutch weight, maybe tune the, there we go. Get that thing up. Maybe tune the ECU a little richer down low. But those bikes are kind of stally. They're such lightweight motors. Everything inside them is lightweight, so they're hard to get. I've had no problems getting parts for my 22 Sherco. So he's had no problems with the bike, and it's been a great bike. So yeah, I mean, you can, like I said, you can get the parts. But like, for instance, if you go on to, I don't know, a lot of the aftermarket stuff that I use, they don't make parts for the Sherco yet. So that's my experience. And that's coming from a guy who my buddy Garrett bought a Sherco the same time I bought the Beta, and if he were on here, which he usually is, he would tell you that it's been a pain getting some of the aftermarket stuff. But that's just, our experience. Any good local trails to prep for Farmington? No. Just find the biggest, sandiest whoops and hit them. Let's see. They shut down your Enduros out here? Dude. 609, that sucks, Jimmy. Let's see. Any word on that other E-start for the YZ250? Keith McQueen. No, I hear it's good. It's supposed to be good, but I'm not buying one. I don't have a bike. I mean, my kid has a YZ250, but if he wants to buy it, he can buy it himself. Whatever. I help him out a ton. I'm not buying him fancy pants aftermarket parts like that. He can do that himself. Also, he doesn't want it. So, how likely do you think is trying to make a two-stroke? Not at all, Sawyer Llewellyn. They are not going to make a two-stroke. They haven't made a two-stroke. Have they ever made a two-stroke? I mean, even way back in the day, I don't think so. Gary Anderson, here we go. Just have to look at different parts manufacturers. There you go. And there you go. Chris Kinberg. I have a Sherco and trying to buy spokes and some other stuff is a pain. There we go. So, and also I can say that the Sherco piston, because we just recently got a top end for a guy who has a 22, 21 Sherco. You can only buy OEM that I could find. I mean, I hunted, and it's just a Vertex piston, but they don't sell it separately. Anyway, it was like $340 for a top end kit. So, yeah, that wasn't awesome. But we could get it. There you go. Roger, love big sandy whoops. There we go. 609. Thank you, Jimmy Neihart. 350. Check RPM with an actual tack. Set at 2500. 13 tooth countershaft sproggy, and pin it. I like it. Selling the Sherco this weekend. There you go, Chris Kinberg. By the way, so Chris is a guy. I love Chris. Love you, Chris. Who is not afraid to try some weird brands. He had a TM. Now he's got a Sherco. And look, here we go. He's selling the Sherco. Do you still have the TM? I think you don't ride it. I know you don't ride it. And he's going to Husqvarna. So, whatever. I'm not saying Sherco is bad. I'm not saying don't buy one, but that's coming from a guy who's tried a lot of things. There you go. Mountain Metal. Shout out from a small Northern Colorado parts manufacturer. Found your content recently. Great stuff. Thank you very much. Mountain Metal. I've seen your stuff. You make amazing stuff. I'd like to try some of it. We should talk about doing that. Some tests and things like that. Get you guys some exposure and try some new stuff out. But do you make stuff for Shercos? There we go. That's a good to know. Chad Gwynn, what is up? What's worse, hardened Enduro rocks or 4-foot tall sand whoops? 4-foot tall sand whoops, dude. For me, 4-foot tall sand whoops are way worse than hardened Enduro rocks. Man, that is good this morning. Tim's great if you like working on bikes. Keith McQueen, I like it. Yeah, for me, I would rather be in the hardened Enduro rocks way more than being 4-foot sand whoops. Just because I can ride, I sort of can ride the rocks. I have a really hard time in the sand whoops and they just wear me out. Villicor, do you know if 25 KTM XC will come with a flywheel weight or in the future? No way, Craig. There's no way that they're going to put a flywheel weight on that bike. They might up the stator output, which would effectively need a heavier flywheel because you need more magnets. And anyway, they might do that, but there's no way they're going to put an external weight on it. I just can't imagine. Score course whoops are absolutely worse. Doug, 100%. San Felipe whoops, ridiculous. Oh yeah, here we go. Jimmy Neihart, I love it. Fun fact: TBI Life is still going strong. I love it. Yeah, Garrett Anderson, Las Vegas was light to moderate Enduro, 100%. It became a little more on the moderate side as the snow fell and you were climbing those hills. But yeah, that was not hard Enduro by any means. I will be, by the way, stay tuned, guys, here on the channel. I'm going to be doing a lot more hard Enduro training now that first Weeby race is out of the way. And I got the Hard Enduro in Moab coming up very soon. Yeah, I'm going to be out in the rock crawling trails a whole bunch. I got a workout plan from my buddy Don Funk. If you guys need any of that kind of like physical training, I can get you in touch with Don, even from a distance. He can get you set up with workouts and things like that. He's really, really smart, really, really good dude, and he's going to make it work. So I'm excited. My buddy got a 24 Husky. He says it stalls very easy. Two-stroke, Husa? Because my freaking 23 KTM won't stall. But I mean, I think they definitely stall easier than a carb bike for sure. My Beta won't stall either. I was told by a course not to come to a hard enduro without e-start, as he had to start my bike as I held it up in a bad spot. Oh, Mike Barnato, that is awesome, dude. Oh man. Do you think a Recluse auto clutch would cure my 350 engine stall, Jeff Mayer? Yes, it will. It will also take a little bit of the snap out of your clutch release and engagement. That's up to you. Although, Seafleas, what's up? I hear that the new 4.0 Recluse is a lot better. Like, a lot better. So, yeah, I mean, they're just getting better and better. You're going to eventually be to where you really can't tell the difference, which will be cool. Because I'm not a fan of Recluses. I don't like the way they feel, but like they're getting closer and closer and closer to just a normal clutch feel, but it won't stall. Garrett Anderson, I'm also ready to break my junk. Sir Llewellyn, have you had any experience with Iridium plugs? I've used a lot of them. I don't know that they're any better. I've used a ton. I've put EIXs in all my bikes at least one point or another. Chad Gwynn, please come out to the Moab Hard Enduro. It will be fun to shoot, and you can laugh at me as I suffer. Which of the 4x4 trails are worth riding on the dirt bike? Rusty Garduno. I don't know. All of them. They're really pretty. Definitely, I highly recommend Golden Spike, Golden Crack, and all that. Like, you get up on the ridge, and it's just really, really pretty. Who's that? 302 stroke. That's too bad that it stalls. There's a lot of, I mean, honestly, the new generation of KTM, I'm just going to call them all KTMs. I don't want to, anyway, some of people are having problems. Mine has been flawless, 190 something hours. The only problem I had was those buttons. It was not the KTM's fault. So there's that. But, I mean, mine doesn't stall. It runs really great, but there are issues. So hard endurance training, stall, tip over, repeat, quit, eat burrito. Yes. Yes, Jimmy, I love it. Did I hear you in a video say you're still suffering from the Baja crash? Sorry to hear that. Bruce Kennedy, I think I am. Not physically. Well, my leg. Yeah, so yes, I am. My leg is maybe not ever going to be the same again exactly. It's really pretty darn good. I don't notice it much when I'm on the bike, but the nerve damage I've done is not awesome. I don't love it. Especially just walking around barefoot, it's weird. I don't like that. But I think I'm still suffering from a little PTSD. I use that term very lightly because I'm not in the military. I wasn't shot at. I wasn't going to die. Well, I could have died, but you know what I'm saying. I'm not equating my situation to anyone who has true PTSD, but I think I'm still scared. I think I am actually still scared of crashing because I just did not want to crash at all, and it made me ride a little timid and a little slow. I rode well. I didn't, I think I rode well and made some good choices. So I mean, yeah, I'm happy. Bike worked good, but I have a long way to go to get back to full confidence, I think. So yeah, it's a thing. Whatever, I'm good. I mean, I'm not crying about it. I'm just saying that I think that might be part of my speed problem. And that's okay because, if I'm just slower now, I'm just slower now. That's all right. Eric Hall, yes. Las Vegas was Enduro with a touch of hair scramble, 100%. Eric got third place in the 50C. Nice work, Eric Hall. Jeff Mayer, yeah, you bet. No offense, but isn't the Recluse clutch for beginners? Craig Villacourt. That's... I do not think, actually, I think that Recluse clutches are horrible for beginners. Beginners use them a lot. I think they're terrible because they teach bad habits and not using the clutch as much as you should. So I think they're terrible for beginners. I think beginners need to learn on a manual clutch, honestly, like an old cable operated is even better, just to force you into being good with it and knowing how to use it. And then if you want, if you're going to ride stuff that is like Enduro Cross is really good for Recluse. There's honestly, I bet like Moto honestly is probably not terrible, because I mean you still need the snap, but like having traction and just like, I don't know. But there are places that it's good, and then there's guys that just want one to make life easier, whatever. But if you've already learned how to use it, that's my personal thing. Don T 4.0 is the bomb. Nice. Garrett, you do need a 12T for the Moab race. Mountain Metal would love to work with you. We don't make Sherco stuff yet, but we'll probably make a couple things in the near future. Beta and KTM is our focus at the moment. So there you go, guys. That is a manufacturer in Colorado where there's lots of rocks, lots of dirt bikers, lots of people riding, and they have chosen to stick with Austrian bikes and Italian bikes and not Sherco. So there you go. They'll probably get there. Like I said, I think that is coming. I think the aftermarket for Shercos is definitely on the way. But there we go. The stock buttons are KTM's fault. Well, yeah, stock buttons suck, but that was not what killed mine. Mine was the aftermarket button that killed it. So I've been fighting with my 23 350 stalling with the Recluse at random cracks of the throttle. Sometimes I wish I never got it. So it's a toss-up in my opinion. Landon, Graham, that is good to know, and actually a good point. I've actually seen that a lot. You can be in neutral on those 350s and just go boom, boom, and then have it stall. Like they just cough stall. So I love you too, Jimmy Neihart. Get to snack time, or get off of snack time and get to work. So yeah, the 350s, they're amazing bikes. I think Jimmy's suggestion earlier about turning that idle up, and then I think a flywheel weight or a clutch weight really does help. Pinnaker, heading to the NHHA next week. I wish I could go, man. I want to go. I want to go so bad. I love National Hare and Hounds, but I just too much going on. So yeah, weight that motor, and you will help. It will help you a bunch. So have you ever rode around the Colorado Springs area? No. As I mentioned before, you probably weren't here yet. As I mentioned before, I hate the Front Range with a deep, dark passion, and I don't ever want to go there unless I have to. So no. Someday I will. Bruce Kennedy, yeah, head injuries and it's just scary, man. You're not 20 anymore, as most of us. I've been almost 2 years since my big 650 crash. Yeah, John Capto, it's scary. Let's see. Craig Villacourt, I've worked on fixing the 3.0. I'm not a fan of them, but I would recommend 4.0 if you go with one. There you go. Aaron Gustafson, 100%. The 4.0 is supposed to be awesome. Jeff Mayer, what do you recommend for suspension company for moto? Dude, TBT has some amazing moto and supercross settings. Travis, our founder, was based in Corona, California, next to Pro Circuit and all those guys, and actually has done work with those guys on their team bikes to fix things that they didn't know how to fix. So like TBT, wherever you are, find the closest one. They can set you up with really, really good settings for moto. Yeah, Craig Villacourt, that's what I'm talking about. Cables, 100%. Zach Farkash, I think it's normal to have that, Morgan. Still, yeah, for sure, dude. It's just, whatever. It's all right. There you go, Don T. That is a perfect way of putting it. Recluse is for the older guy that knows how to ride, just wants to be lazy. Love it. That is a perfect way to put it. 100%. Scott Schwager, late start from Cloudy AZ. Kim Jackson, 2nd Timothy 1-7. I don't know that verse, but you know what? We're going to look it up and read it. I actually got to send Richard a message telling him I'll pick him up from Ron's at 8:45. But why don't we read a little bit of Bible here? People, if you don't like it, you don't like it. I don't really care. What is it? 2 Timothy 1:7. Let's do it because I like it. Oh, I've got it highlighted. For God has not given us a spirit of fear and timidity, but of power, love, and self-discipline. I should know that one because I have it. And yeah, 100%. I think that self-discipline is what's coming in. I need to get reset, get back to some fundamentals and work on some stuff and then move forward. Oh dude, how you mean Austin Forkner, Bruce Kennedy? But yeah, like, oof, yeah, dude. Dustin Dillon, still a fan, just can't join anymore due to work. Dang, too bad, but don't worry, you can always watch later. Jay Wild, what's happening? John Capto, amen, 100%. Yeah, guys, what else do you guys want to talk about? We can talk about God too, that's fine. But I'm not trying to steer away from that. I do believe in being bold and not timid. Yeah, so it's I'm there. I'll get there. And like I said, I'm 48. I've had a lot of crashes. I've had a lot of issues. But I do still want to go fast. I'm inspired by all the 50-plus-year-olds that absolutely fly. Ron Reed being one of them. I don't know if Ron's going to watch this, but nice work. He passed with me like I was backing up this last weekend. So nice job, Ron. Craig Villacourt, 100%. James Burr, yes. So, let's see. Oh my gosh, there's a ton of you guys watching, and you have not all hit the thumbs up yet. So, here's the deal. If you want to support us in a free way, back out of the chat, hit the thumbs up, and then come back in. Epic Ride, single track, TPI, oil pump, how long do they last? Jimmy Neihart's probably already gone. So they say 80 hours you should replace them. I tell people, do one every time you do a top end. They're relatively cheap, and I just think that why not? But how long do they actually? I don't know what the official thing is. Hello Dirt, KDX videos. Yes, those are coming. Sorry for the delay. With all the racing, all the craziness, it's been nuts. So I will be doing. Do I put dirt bikes in my tow hauler? If so, yes. How? Yes, I do. I have the Risk Racing mounts bolted to the floor. Garrett Anderson actually did that. He owned my little tow hauler before me, and that's how I put them in there. So I was actually looking into some TBT stuff. Do they sell kits for? No. Panic Rev TBT does not sell kits. The short answer is there's a lot more to it than just stacking shims. There's making sure lift and float are correct. There's making sure there's enough thread. There's way more to it than just stacking shims. And so, no, we don't, because I don't want to end up with, I can't, I don't want someone saying TBT stuff was in it and then they take it apart and there's something jacked up. So, sorry. Thumbs up for moms, Shane Wood. Are you guys coming? Are you going to be here tonight, Shane, for the ride? Beware of rodents to say they're marsupials, for they're not. They are the synagogue of opossum. Amen. I have to run. Thanks, C. Abbott. Have a great day. Do I have a super? Yeah, dude, super chat. You can do super chats here. Jeff Mayer, you can give us money here on YouTube. I have super chat, super stickers, all that good stuff. And so, it should be in the thing somewhere you can click. See, I'll be in Colorado in August doing a honeymoon. We'll stop yes, please stop in and say hi. That is awesome. And I'm stoked. Let's see. Love those mounts. What mounts are you talking about, Garrett? What mounts? I don't know what you're talking about. Which mounts, Garrett? The Risk Racing mounts. Yeah, they're good. Tony Boran, any idea when the Takamoto TBI fuel pickup will be released? I don't know, but I'm really hoping very, very soon. So, guys, what Tony's alluding to is Takamoto fixed the TBI fuel pickup situation with a product that's going to work. I've seen it with my eyes working over webcam. It's amazing. It's going to work. I'm getting one of the first ones. I'm hoping it's soon. He's trying to make it happen. It's been a long, expensive journey for him, so it's not going to be cheap, I'll tell you that, but it's going to be worth the money because it's bad to the bone. Let's see. Scott Schwager pulled the head off my RFS. Intake valves are sunken. Ugh. Can I lap in new valves or the seats need to be recut? Scott, okay. The official internet/mechanic answer is they need to be recut. The real answer is if you buy stainless steel valves and you do it right, you can lap those valves and seats. You cannot do that with titanium valves. You've got to be stainless valves. But yeah, so Roy Moline, sometimes slow is faster. 48 just makes you better at making choices. Yeah, absolutely, Roy, 100%. And that's why I had a good race. I ended up fourth in the 40A, not because of speed, but because I wasn't screwing up so much. Um, the James Wempler absolutely need to control our language when we crash. It's hard. Panic Rev, yeah, please send me email for a quote. We'll get you back. Smiley Hansen. So yeah, also check it out. Check out Bolted On for transporting your motorcycles. So yeah, Smiley, I thank you for mentioning that. I use Bolted On in my van, and then the Risk Racing in the thing. The Bolted On is so good. Like for it, but you know you got to use straps. It's a little bit different situation. But in my van, I use Bolted On, and I freaking love it. I wouldn't use anything else. Good morning. I'm bringing my TX 300 without a fan, or should I bring my? Where are you bringing it? Colorado Enduro guy. Where are you? Yeah, where are you bringing that? And Shane, I'm glad to see you're here. Are you gonna stop by and say hi this time, or are you just gonna skip out like last time and not even come say hi? Bruce Kennedy, is Angry Zach back to work? No, but he is back in town. He will be back to work next week. He's taking the rest of this week off to just. Oh, tonight's ride. Oh, you don't need a fan, dude. We're not gonna do anything. Well, I'm not gonna do anything hard enough to need a fan, but I mean, there's stuff out there hard enough to need a fan, but I'm just not. Yeah. Bruce Kennedy, I wonder if KTM and other manufacturers watching people like Takamoto and learning how to engineer their parts better in the future. I hope they are, Bruce. I know they do watch that because I've seen some things that aftermarket guys did, and then KTM has adopted. Not so much in the Takamoto thing, but hopefully they will. Let's see, Chase, Highland Cycles. Dude, like watching your videos, learned a lot from you. My 23 TX has been excessive amount of spooge with running Motor X 50 to 1. Should I try a different oil? If you want to, you can try a lower flashpoint oil. Mine spooges a lot too. I just don't care. Real slider I enjoy bowling over. Smells sweet. As a friend of mine, you guys might know because he's sort of famous and awesome, is Travis Newbold. He always said that when he overheats, it smells like pancakes, and that's a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing because it smells like pancakes. It's a bad thing because you're boiling over. Chadman Productions. Yeah, Bolted On is great. Tried the Risk Racing mounts and hated my van. I would not want the Risk Racing in my van at all. They're bulky and weird and big, so I like the Bolted On way better there. So, I think two different worlds. I actually, there's another kind of thing that goes to the foot pegs. I want to try Lance. Dang it, Lance Bach, a friend of mine, told me about it, and I can't remember what it is. But they are really cool. Bike binders. That's it. Bike binders. I'm going to try those out eventually, probably in the toy hauler, because I did have one Risk Racing thing rip out of the floor. See, I'm guessing patents limit the ability for copying aftermarket on OEM bikes. 100%. And, you know, some people get patents, some people don't. Taco is getting a patent. That's actually, by the way, that is the reason that these things are not out yet, because he's got it all. It's all done. It's working great. But he's working with the patent attorney to make sure we get it dialed in. Craig. Morgan, on the 24 KTM XC, did the manufacturer have a plug-in for a fan or only the XCW? Only the XCW, Craig. They never intended that XC to go slow like that. So thoughts on, and that's why the stator output's so low. Thoughts on the 23, 24 YZ250X? Do you think it's better at what we do than the regular YZ? Jay Wild, I don't think it's all that much different. It comes with an 18-inch wheel. Transmission's a little bit better, but you can just lower the final drive ratio on the YZ and get where you want. I like close ratio transmissions. Actually, especially in the hard stuff, I don't like wide ratio transmissions in the hard stuff, because if you just want just a little bit of bump, or drop the RPM just a little bit or raise it just a little bit, having a wide ratio transmission sucks. So Craig, don't worry about I knew what you meant. I know I'm not moron, but that's all right. So yeah, Jay Wild, if I were gonna buy a YZ these days, I would find the best deal and buy that one, because either one's gonna work. The straight YZ, you get a little more horsepower and a little more snap out of it from the get-go, but you might need an 18-inch wheel if you want one. You don't get a kickstand. So, yeah, I would find the best deal by that one. Takamoto says AKT fat straps that strap pegs to E-Track. I want to try them. Ooh, yeah. GV88. I bet those are good, and that's kind of how the bike binders work. But they have a little bit cooler mechanism on the bike binders. It's a little more repeatable. Like you just lock them in and go. When you Ironman the Baja, was it the hardest ride you've ever done? I hear a lot of guys saying they could. I'm like you. I'm like, no, you can't. Rear wheel, dude, it was hands down the hardest thing I've ever done on a motorcycle. Because the Baja 1000 is not hard as far as the terrain, but 36 hours on a bike is out of hand. So could they do it? Maybe. If they can shut the pain receptors off and they can just put their head down and go to work, then they might be able to. I don't know. Yeah. I've heard a lot of people say that, but they don't go do it. So there's that, right? Like you got to come up with the money. You got to come up with the support. There's a lot more to it than just suffering through, right? Like, so yeah, it's a funny thing. People say, oh, I could do that, or I could do that. I could, like, well, then go do it. Show me. Because it's hard in a lot of ways. Roger heard, yeah, Baja is way more mental. With evidenced by my crash. I think I must have let my brain go slack and didn't see that. So, yeah. Bruce Kennedy. While on beta discussion forum, I was surprised to learn Mini start out from a stop in third in rough, tough, rocky section, and clutch work is done. Yeah, 100%. First gear is not very useful at a lot of times because it just wants to spin the wheel. For me, especially now that I got the thing geared way down, the first gear is like literally just for that, like just like pivot turning and crawling up things with your feet down. Actual riding is like second and third. So Panicraft, if we're talking YZ 2-strokes, you can throw a 426 trans right in. So yeah, you can do that on a YZ, but you got to split cases, so you need to know what you're doing there. If you're gonna do hard stuff on a YZ, the way I see it is, why not just gear everything down, final drive down and run with a tight transmission. Yeah. Right on, Roger Hurd. He did 450 of a 500 to win class 20. Nice work, Roger. So yeah, like to me, YZ transmissions are actually really good. That's why I actually like the XC transmissions. It's a closer ratio. Of course, now the XC and XCW transmissions are the same, which is funny to me, since the W I always thought meant wide ratio. But I like close ratio transmissions better than wide ratio. Again, like I said, you can always be in the right gear instead of like jumping between them. Guys, it's 8:11. I had better boogie. Let's shut this thing down. Punk Rock Club, get your rock and roll signs in there. Thank you guys all so much for watching these things. Again, I'll answer this quick for Craig. What gear ratio do I have my KTM? KTM is a 1450. Well, actually, right now it's a 1448 because I swapped wheels at the race with my beta. But 1450 normally, and then my beta is 1248. Currently, it's a 1250 because of the swap, but that's what I'm doing. So yeah, I like those ratios. They work for me. That's a personal preference, though. Don't try it out. Whatever. The problem with trying rear sprockets, it's kind of expensive. But I mean, I'd say try all the gear ratios that you can afford to, because it'll help you. But it's a very, very personal thing. So anyway, Punk Rock Club. I love you guys so much. I love you, love you, love you. God bless all of you. I love you so much. Thank you again. Also, stay tuned for knowitalls.com. I'll be posting that link in the description when it's live. If you want to book time with me face-to-face, we can talk about, we can talk about anything. We can talk about your bikes. We can be here in the shop. I can listen to the bike, all that good stuff. Try to help guys out. So, Pop disguises punk tunneler. That's funny. I don't know what you're. I don't know if you're getting a cut on me because my what did I have on there? Operation Ivy. I would not call that pop disguises punk. But anyway, yeah. Love you guys so much. I hope you have a great day. I hope you get out, spread the gospel two wheels, and as always, I hope that what we're doing here at Highland Cycles is inspiring you guys to work on, but way more importantly, get out and ride your dirt bikes!